Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series so far. If you guys like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. As always, if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. I love to hear you guys' feedback, and I definitely read every single comment. If you've been following along, in the last episode, we completed Phase 2 of the space elevator, which unlocked Tiers 5 and 6, giving us access to manufacturing and refining. So we were able to build out some infrastructure with roads because we now have blueprints. We are also able to build out our starter refinery, which does plastic, rubber, and packaged fuel. So with all that out of the way, let's get going in today's episode. To get started today, we're going to get going on Phase 3 right away because we have a lot of versatile framework to make. So let's get going on that. Let's look over here, see what the recipe is for it. Versatile framework. I did some napkin math already, and basically versatile framework is going to take 15,000 steel beams and 1,250 modular frames. Well, we're going to have to go get those. We're probably going to have to upgrade these. So we'll go ahead and upgrade these storage containers to the big ones. Okay, so our storage is a little upgraded. In this one, we're going to be doing modular frames. We need 1,250 of those, which I think we have. Alright, and you only need a bunch of steel beams. So let's go grab those steel beams. I might have to make a couple trips, and we'll be right back. Alright, well, it's all loaded up with 15,000 plus beams because I wasn't quite sure if I got enough, but we're gonna let that run in the background while we look at our power situation, which is getting kind of scary. Our max capacity is almost 2,000 megawatts. We're only able to do 1870 megawatts, and that's with a few biomass generators running, so we need to get that fixed. And you might notice over here I have a bunch of blueprint designers. That's because I've been busy. I've been making some blueprints, and I'm going to show you guys one right now. The first blueprint that we're going to be using is a fuel generator because we are going to be utilizing that dinosaur juice. Oh, I don't have the resources. Oh yeah, that's right. These are expensive. Hey, that looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Looks like a fuel generator to me. I have 3 blueprints here. One is a fuel generator that has a straight catwalk. One is one that goes around to the right. One's one that goes around to the left. Now you can look here and you'll see I've got some patterns put around here. And then I got a floor hole, so we're going to have our logistics run along the bottom. Got some beams and some catwalks, because these are all going to be relatively modular. So it's a 4x4 and they're going to stack next to each other. Up top was a little bit more difficult because I had to connect the catwalks. This one was pretty simple because it's just 90 degrees. Just 180 degrees, I mean. And this one I just had to turn, sideways and do a little bit of road barrier trickery. But I got it all taken care of here. Where it got kind of difficult was on the left and the right. This side connected just fine. Went up to the edge of the blueprint designer. However, when I went around this way, because the fuel generator catwalk isn't perfectly centered, I went out this way. When I went to connect it, this was only coming back to right here. So I did some trickery with road barriers, and I can show you guys how I did that. So basically I had it hook up all the way to the edge and I ran it back to here. As you'll see, this is a perfect example. So you can see how it doesn't come all the way to the center. So it was only coming back when I come from this beam connector out, it was only coming to like right here. So I had to do some trickery to get that done, and I'll show you guys how I did that. It's relatively simple. It can be a little tedious, but it is kind of difficult. So actually, let's go ahead and show you that right now. I'll show you on this blueprint designer. So let's say, for example, you have a beam that is not connecting all the way. This one is, but for the sake of this, we'll go ahead and say this is only coming back to here. And I want to hook that up all the way to the edge, but for some reason, because not all buildings are perfectly centered and follow the grid, it's only coming to right here. What I'll do, I'll take a pillar and I'll put that, I'll just show you over here, right there. And I'll put that right there. So I have one pillar going up and down, one going left and right, and I'll take a road barrier. And if you look, you can move it along here. So what I'll do is we'll have a beam that's coming out here, and say it's not connecting right here. Like say right here is where it's not working out. So it's only coming to here. So I can't just connect from here all the way because it only comes like to right here. So what I'll do is I'll grab a road barrier. And it's kind of tricky, but you get it to line up just right. I don't know how close that'll be, but yeah, see, that's pretty close. You can kind of see it's just a little bit off, but it's very, very close. Close enough to where if you're going into a beam connector, it won't bother you too bad. So I'll take this, I'll line it up with that one, and then I'll take another one and I'll line it up to the edge. Then I'll take my beam and I'll connect it back all the way to wherever the beam connector is. So that's how you can use a road barrier to connect all the way from the edge of a blueprint back to a beam connector or wherever, as long as it's along this axis. So I hope you guys find that helpful. If you guys want me to do like a full in-depth example of this, when I do some blueprints, maybe I'll do a couple episodes where I actually just do blueprints. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see that, and I can definitely do that. You'll see I've got some signs, so this actually looks pretty nice at night. So let's turn some lumen on. Let's go ahead and destroy our frame rate real quick, and let's set it to nighttime. There you go. I think it looks pretty nice. It's gonna look really cool when we get it going. And one of the things I wanted to do with this blueprint was I wanted to make it walkable. So you can walk around it, and you can also go up to the top. And then you have access to the top. These will be connected, and you can walk around all the tops of the generators. So I thought that was pretty clever. And then underneath is where we have it lit up with signs, and it lights up the generators really nicely, and it doesn't cost us power, which is kind of the problem, right? So those are our fuel generators, and they are very expensive. If we go into the to-do list here, and let's go blueprints, and let's just do the straight one. 60 of them. We need, look at this, we need a full large industrial container's worth of quartz crystal. So it's going to be expensive, but we're going to build it, and 300 computers, 600 heavy modular frames, 900 motors. That's why we wanted to get motors going. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys the other blueprint that I made, roads. You know, I got to thinking, and here we are talking about building a future city with these industrial looking roads. Let's just do the T intersection. It's an industrial looking road. It looks super 21st century, and we're talking like 25th, 26th century. That's what we're after. So, not that. We don't want to do that. We want a futuristic road. So let's see what a futuristic road would look like if we can afford it. A futuristic road. Let's do the same thing. Let's do the T intersection. Now, I think you guys are gonna like this. Try to do the big reveal. Oh, you could see that with Lumen, huh? Oh, that looks great. That's the top. Yeah, that looks nice, doesn't it? A futuristic road with glass foundations. Look at that. Got some lumen going on. These are signs. Instead of using patterns, these are all signs. And I used the same thing, the road barrier method, to adjust the height of the sign so it fits perfectly with the road, as you can see. And let's load up a different one here. Let's do the straight. Here's the straight road. See, that looks pretty nice. This is a straight one. And then we can do the straight road with a rail support. So, there you go. Rail support goes along the top. And then also up here, you just have a beam with some power connectors. So how about that? That looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Looks kind of futuristic. And I'm really excited to use these today if we can afford it. Because if you look here, these are really expensive. Oof, look at that. Ouch. 360 quartz crystal per section. Almost a full stack, and I think one of them does actually use a full stack of concrete. So yeah, very expensive, but it's super worth it, and I'm super excited to use it. So why don't we get started on our fuel power? And I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna build out some platforms over there, which is where we're gonna go. We'll build out some platforms over there, and I'll take you guys over where I want to build this. Okay, well that only took about 100,000 concrete to get over here, but we did have tons of it, so we had enough to get over here. And I'm gonna show you guys where we're gonna build. So right underneath this archway, we're gonna come through. And right here, I've already got some foundations there, so I can snap my blueprint to there. And this is where we're gonna build it. We're gonna have basically a set of 10 here, 10 here, and it's going to go back 3 times. So we're going to have a total of 60 generators, and it's going to be producing quite a bit of power for us. So I'll take you for the mini tour so you guys can see how it's going to look. We're going to have the road come in here, and it's going to be this on this side and this on this side. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. We gotta turn that lumen on, huh? Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? All nice and lit up. Okay, so let's go for that tour. You can come up here, jump up on top of your generators. And there you go. So it'll be up on top. There'll be a nice road going all the way around. And there's going to be 60 of these bad boys. So let's go ahead and build that out real quick. And I'll let you guys watch me as I do that. Well, there she is. All of them built in all their glory. They're not all hooked up yet, but if you look here, I'll show you. This is kind of the best I could do. So this is how I made those corners even. So you can see how it doesn't quite line up. But with the use of road barriers, I was able to actually get it to line up perfectly. Well, not super perfectly, but close enough. You could see right here. There's a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, but it's not really noticeable, and I still think it looks really good. So each one of these is going to be sections. It's going to have its own section, probably A, B, C, D, E, F, or A, B. I don't know, we'll figure it out. So that's the first part of it. The second part of it is, well, these don't just run on water. They actually need fuel. So we have to go over here and build a refinery right in this area. So I'll build out these foundations real quick and we'll kind of go over what we're going to do. Well, with the power of blueprints, that didn't take very long at all. Actually took a lot less time than I thought it was going to. But we got her all built out. This is a total of 60 fuel power generators. Over here I've got some foundations built out and color coded. In the purple section we're going to have 27 refineries making 1,080 heavy oil residue and 540 polymer resin per minute. Then it's going to come over here and it's going to take that 1,080 heavy oil residue and it's going to convert it into 720 fuel for our fuel generators over here. The 540 polymer resin is going to come over here into 9 refineries. That's going to be making 180 plastic. And we always need plastic, so I'm going to hook that up to a truck station. And that truck station is going to take it all the way back over to our starter base. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this, and we will get her all built out. Shouldn't take too long, just a bunch of refineries, a little bit of belt work, a little bit of pipes. And we'll be right back when I get all the production done. Alright, well I hope you guys enjoyed watching the time lapse of me build this out. I did the old school way, no blueprints were required, just built piece by piece. Didn't take that long because it's all pretty simple. But over here we've got our 27 heavy oil residue refineries feeding our 18 fuel refineries. And then over here we've got our 9 plastic refineries. We got water coming in, crude oil coming in over there, and all of this heavy oil residue is going to get routed right into these. After that, we're going to run some logistics underneath, and it's going to be fueling each one of these in sections. So I'll meet you down underneath and we'll get that started too. Okay, everything upstairs is hooked up. Now we just have to hook up the fuel to the generators, and it's going to be coming down. If you remember our sections, this is where our fuel is being made. The plan, anyway, is to have it come down here into the middle, and then it'll go down and split off to each individual generator respectively. I'm gonna have pumps basically right here before we get to the intersection. And then I shouldn't need any more pumps after that, but maybe. I don't know, pumps are weird sometimes. Let's get her all hooked up, and we'll get everything powered up upstairs, and then hopefully we won't have any issues. All right, there she is. All of the pipe work for the fuel side is done. Now we just need to go upstairs, connect up the power lines, set up our awesome sink for the plastic until we can get the truck route set up, and we'll check for leaks and see if she works. Well, we got her all hooked up and I ran some power lines, but I think I forgot to disconnect our steel factory. So basically I'm just going to use all of our coal power to get our fuel power plant going. So I'll see you guys over there and we'll disconnect stuff, and I think we should be good to switch over to fuel power. Okay, I got enough materials to make 8 biomass burners and fuel them. So hopefully we don't run out of juice. I'll meet you guys over there. All right, let's build out our 8 biomass generators till we get this thing up and running. See if that's gonna be enough. Oh, still isn't enough. All right, let's try this again. All right, take 3. Here we go. Oh man. Why am I losing so much power there? Oh, well, that's dumb. It's not even hooked up. Come on, we just need enough. Come on, pins and needles, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the edge. So close to getting this thing running. See if we can get enough fuel to at least get one of these going. Oh, just barely. We'll get as much fuel in there as we possibly can. If we blow a fuse before then, so be it, but we will at least get everything running, and then we'll fire up the generators, and hopefully power won't be an issue at that point. So I'll meet you back when we get some green lights here. Behold the power of dinosaur fuel. That's right, it's all done. So we currently have 810 crude oil going in to 27 refineries that are doing heavy oil residue. That goes into 18 refineries that's making 720 fuel. The 540 polymer resin that's coming out of the 27 refineries is going into these 9 refineries, which are making plastic for a total of 180 plastic per minute. That goes into a truck station with an overflow, and I'm gonna set up this truck so it delivers all that good old plastic back to our base. I went ahead and updated the future road blueprint to where it only has the bottom part. I kind of like the open industrial look of this. I still want to do some cosmetics on it. I'll probably do that later after I build up a little bit more quartz and concrete back at the base. But my versatile framework is done, so we can start working on those modular engines now. And check this out. Look at that beautiful, beautiful curve. Everything's good, nice, even and balanced. So we are producing 8,650 megawatts, but we're consuming 2161.8. So that is plenty of power for now. While that is done, let's go ahead and head back to the starter base and let's get working on those modular engines. Okay, let's see what modular engines are gonna take. Oh, I think that's gonna be a manufacturer. Yep, looks like it's gonna be a manufacturer. We need some smart plating. So we need 1,000 smart plating, 1,000 motors, and 7,500 rubber. So let's go ahead. Let's disconnect this. Let's get some smart plating going. So we need 1,000 reinforced iron plates and 1,000 rotors. Well, we have that. That shouldn't be too hard. There's 1,000 reinforced iron plates. Let's go grab those rotors. And there's our 1,000 rotors. So while that's making the smart plating, we need to probably get a manufacturer set up. Yeah, we'll just do a little bit of spaghetti. It'll be fine. Yeah, perfect. Right through there. Doesn't even clip. How about that? Modular engines. We need 1,000 motors. Let's go grab 1,000 motors. 7,500 rubber. There's 7,500 rubber. And now we just gotta wait for that smart plating. I say we do a little bit of spaghetti action. Let's just run a belt from here over there. Huh? Perfect spaghetti. Haha, I like it. It looks good. And then we'll get some smart plating not going into there. Ooh, that was close. You can never lose the spaghetti. You always have to have spaghetti. I don't care what they say. Like, I've kind of mentioned this, but I want to kind of clarify. As of right now, all of this is just getting us to Mark V belts. I really want to get to Mark V belts as fast as possible. Get through phase 3, and that will help us make large factories. And then we can start doing those mega builds. The fuel plant's still pretty big build for right now for what we have unlocked, but I definitely want to start making some mega factories, and I'm talking like 10,000 plus parts per minute. So like copper and stuff like that, wire, quick wire, stuff like that we really need to get done. Modular engines are on their way into the space elevator. Let's get going on those adaptive control units. I think adaptive control units are going to take automated wiring. So let's go ahead and build another quick setup here. And it's going to take 750 stators and 15,000 cable. Let's go ahead and get 15,000 cable in there. That should be enough cable. 750 stators. Those are downstairs. Downstairs here, I have temporarily just disconnected our motor production, and I'm just going to use the stators that we're using and running it into a storage bin so I can use those to go upstairs. We've got 400, so let's go ahead and take those 400 and at least get them going. Then we could take the other 350 back up when we get them made. Adaptive control units. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio for heavy modular frames and computers, and we need 100 of each. A 1-to-5 ratio of circuit boards, so we need 500 circuit boards, and we need to wait on that 750 automated wiring. Oh, that's not too bad. Maybe we could just route it over here. Oh yeah. Cue the spaghetti music. Gotta love the spaghetti, but it's temporary. Once phase 3 is done, I'm gonna literally delete all this, and we're gonna do a proper phase 4 city. It's sad spaghettiness. It's not even good spaghetti like Josh from Let's Game It Out. He's so much better at spaghetti than I am. But hey, it's serving a purpose, and that's to make adaptive control units, dang it. And we might as well make a little bit more spaghetti. Yeah, there we go. I'm trying my best to make some spaghetti. Let's set up our truck so we can bring some of that plastic over here and maybe get a storage bin over here just to store plastic. And I think what we'll do is we'll just put it right here. So let's put a floor hole in so we know where it is down underneath. So let's grab a few circuit boards and let's make another truck, and we'll set up that plastic line. After Kirby the tractor here drops off his plastic, we'll put our truck there so it automatically fuels up with coal. Come on, Kirby. We got things to do, man. Get out of the way. See? And it's already filled up with coal. Alright, let's go ahead and record this out real quick. Mr. Bean, get out of the road, man. You're gonna get hurt. We're almost back to our starter base, so thought I would mention I really like using tractors and trucks because it kind of gives the game movement and kind of gives it like life. And I think that is really cool. That's one of the things I like about this game. Things move. There we go. It's all made. While we're waiting on that, let's go shopping. I need some retail therapy. Let's see what we've got. Woo! 44 tickets? Heck yeah. I'm gonna spend them all. Okay, retail therapy, here I come. What all can we buy? What all should we buy? Let's get all the ramps. Let's get all the foundations. Display signs? Yeah. Always need signs. Lights control panel? Yeah. Might as well. Conveyor wall mount? Yeah. Pipeline wall attachments? Yeah, that'll be good. Foundations. All of the foundations. Let's see what that leaves us. Oh, we still have plenty. Inverted ramp wall bundle. Windowed walls. Tilted walls. Fix-it roof corners. Industrial railing. There we go. We bought it all. Now we're broke again. As a matter of fact, we should put some display signs so we can see what is what. There we go. They're all set. So now we have some kind of visual of what's in them, because I find myself getting lost sometimes with what we've got going on here. Eventually this whole factory is going to be replaced by something else, because we have a lot of iron here. But once we get all these bigger parts automated, we're not going to need some of the smaller ones. We'll need some for building, but it'll just be really, really small. So let's go check on our stator production real quick. Grab some more stators so we can finish up phase 3. So while we're waiting on our phase 3 to get completed, let's go ahead and do some cosmetics on our fuel power plant. Well, would you look at that? Silly me didn't hook up a few things. And I don't have all the parts to do it. So I gotta make a long trip back and go get the parts. Can't believe I didn't hook this up. What a silly me. I was wondering why it wasn't working. Maybe I should double check all of this. Let's get back to the task at hand. Making roads. And let's set up a new hotbar for this one. Let's do a T-junction. There we go. Such a clean looking road. Alright, we worked on the roads a little bit. I think the last thing we need to do is just make this place look a little bit nicer. So let's do a little bit of cosmetics and see if we can't make this place look nice. Well, while I was doing the cosmetics on our fuel power plant and refinery setup, the space elevator is full. So we need to go send off phase 3 of the space elevator. I will meet you guys over there. Alright, looks like the space elevator's full. Let's send off phase 3. Oh yeah. Everything from here on out is gonna be awesome. So let's check out tiers 7 and 8 real quick and go ahead and select what our first one's gonna be. Obviously it's gonna have to be bauxite refinement. Yeah, bauxite refinement, because we actually have enough to do that right now. Let's get bauxite refinement going real quick. Bauxite refinement. Oh yeah, we've got the blender now. So we can do diluted fuel. Sweet. Now if you look in our top right, that is phase 4 that we have to get completed, and it's gonna be a while before we can do that. So we're gonna start building those huge factories that are gonna be automating all those parts that are gonna be required for phase 4. See if we got any tickets. Yeah, we got a few tickets. Let's go ahead and go on a spending spree with our 8 coupons. Alright, let's see what we can get. Management. Yeah, I definitely want those. Those would have came in handy. And ladders, let's do that. Got some more cosmetics, and we're well on our way for Logistics Mark 5. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed when we built our fuel power plant. I think it looks pretty nice. I didn't do too much with it because eventually we're gonna upgrade it. We're gonna use turbo fuel. As always, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.